Welcome back, Boy to another episode of Real Life Brazil. This is actually part 2.5 of the Fusca restoration. As you know, in part 2, I wanted to pull the motor out, but it just got kind of late. I wanted to spend some time with my family, get some food in my stomach. But I'm pumped up today. I want to drop the motor. When I had my Fusca in the U.S. many years ago, you get so used to doing it that you can get it done in like 10 minutes. I don't think I'm going to get it quite done in 10 minutes because it's been a little bit of time since I pulled the motor, but it's a very simple process. Like I said yesterday, I already got the gas tank out. I just had to disconnect the fuel line, disconnect a couple of wires in the back, 4 bolts, jack it up, slide it out, jiggle it around, and get jiggy with it and drop that motor. All right. So let's go. Like and subscribe and let's go to work. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this back tin off here. After I take off the back tin, I'm going to disconnect my electronic, my ignition wires here. Get all these wires undone. Then there's 2 17mm bolts on the bottom. And on the top, there's a starter bolt. On the other side, there's another bolt that holds the engine to the transmission. Jack up the car a little more because it's already jacked up. Jack it up a little bit higher, then wiggle it out, and then drop it. So hopefully everything will go well. And I'm going to time myself to see how long it takes. Okay, I'm going to get started by taking off this rear tin, and hopefully it won't have a hard time doing this. First screw's coming out pretty good. One thing I observed, which I'll show you in a minute, is the top mounting bolts on the motor. Not here. They put a bolt here. So anyway, the top mounting bolts on the motor, one's missing where the starter is, and the other one looks like they put an insert, so I'm going to have to get up under the car and see what's going on with that. But this is typical of what you have happen when you're dealing with these Volkswagens, because it's almost like a Lego, you know? You could put it together in so many ways and it'll still run and run well. Well, that bolt wasn't even screwed in anything. This thing looks like it's not going to be fun. Take it out. I think I'm going to have to. Looks like they had it just kind of wedged in here pretty good. Okay, that's the rear tin. Before I start doing these cables, I need to get in the car and disconnect the battery. Should have did that first. Where is she? Gucci and Luna are curious. Luna, what are you doing? Luna, what are you doing, mommy? Huh? Luna. Hey, what are you doing? You gonna help me? Huh? You wanna help me? Hey, let me start disconnect some of these wires back here. The dogs always get excited when I come in the garage and start working on the Fusca. My plan is to remove the engine. I'm going to disassemble it, rebuild it. I don't know if I'm going to make it a stock 1600 or beef it up a little bit. Haven't decided yet. But I'm not really familiar with these electronic ignitions, so I gotta see what's going on here. Cut this tie wrap. Just trying to see what's plugged into what and how this works. Okay, there's a plug here. Got a circlip. One wire. Okay, so it's just one wire. Here, put the circlip here so I don't lose it. Okay. And I got another one going down to the distributor. What is this? Another circlip. In the worst position. Don't want to lose it. Oh, push it. Okay. You don't take the circlip out, you push it. Okay, here. And I got the oil sin light here. Got the clamp here. Pull it behind the carburetor. What do they got here? Okay. All right. Here. The alternator. When I was working on these before, I had all these bolt sizes memorized. It's been quite a while. And of course, my wrench set skips the 9mm. Very strange. Very strange. Good old crescent wrench. I prefer to use, obviously, a wrench, but desperate times require desperate measures. tell you, this alternator looks like it's pretty beat up. The engine's running, you know, it's a little off. I think it needs a carburetor cleaning and stuff, but all in all, the engine was running. Starting it up every day. I can already see that this bolt here is bent. It's giving me a bit of a hard time. Yeah. Stop it on here. And that's easier. Ground wire here. Yeah, this engine's really greasy. I got a little bit of an oil leak since it's been sitting in the garage. This ground screw back in so I don't lose it. Although I don't think I'm going to reuse this. Typically when I rebuild, I just replace everything new. Okay. Got another ground wire here. And try. Here. And second action. So I got the wires disconnected from the engine. Now I just need to go up under and see what's going on up under there. So this is what I was telling you about at the top. Usually there's a bolt on the other side inside the engine compartment attaching the engine to the transmission. However, they put an insert there and I got to remove this bolt. Probably just going to use a ratchet. I can get a ratchet in there to be a lot faster. So let me get that done real quick. The other thing I got to do also, I didn't mention, I did disconnect the throttle cable, but I also have to disconnect this fuel line, which you can see is just tie wrapped, which is freaking crazy. And I got the throttle cable disconnected. Gonna pull that out right now. Gotta disconnect the carburetor. There's throttle cable. And the fuel line is just tie wrapped. Looks like I might be able to just pull it off. That's insane. You know, they wonder why these cars catch on fire. People do stupid crap like this. You know, it's unbelievable. Look at that. There's a little bit of fluid from the carburetor, but it's okay. So I'm going to get to that insert on the top and then start working on pulling the engine out. So I finally got the motor out of the Fusca. It wasn't as fun as I remember it to be, but I did get it out. It was a bit of a struggle. I think part of the problem I have is this jack I have is just too small. I got to get a bigger hydraulic jack. It's the clutch. I didn't really tear up the bolts too bad taking it out. So there you go. The engine is out. Took me a lot longer than I anticipated, but I wanted to take my time. Okay, everybody, it's Michelle from Gringo Life Brazil. Thanks for joining me on this episode. I got the motor out. Took me a lot longer than I anticipated, but I wanted to take my time. I wanted to be safe. I haven't been pulling the motor since probably about around the year 2000. Yeah, 26 years ago when I had my first Fusca. But it went well. I got it out. The biggest problem, which I mentioned, is my hydraulic jack is too tiny. I need to get a bigger one, to get the car lifted up higher before I actually pull the motor out. But it's 9:30 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's very, very hot. I am very, very tired. Gonna go take a shower, relax with the family. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned. We will be going to pressure clean the car. I'm going to put the wheels on it, roll it out in the driveway, pressure clean it really well, and then start removing the wiring harness. Boa noite. See you soon.